I think we are also during those talks when they mention like that bodies are disappearing and being used and so forth, that we would probably be trying to push for more details, right?
Absolutely.
So if we can make a role for that, like, okay, are they disappearing from where? Is there an area where they disappear? Where did you hear about that? That sort of thing, because that's what we are interested in now, basically.
And there's probably a stew of various conspiracy theories
course,
around this,
right,
and
of
so
course.
we got to
Yeah,
filter through it.
Yeah,
to
that's
see-
what I'm thinking.
because
Right.
whatever the reality is, probably
We're just
pretty
collecting the
insane.
notes now, and
So are these? So is this like in the? It sounds to me maybe as though a deduction roll might be okay.
yeah.
You mean about deducting the correct
Yeah, exactly.
courses
Yeah,
of
or at least finding where a proper place to go is, or a proper venue in which these disappearances occur, or to whom, or somewhere that actually lets us go a little closer to the heart of where these things happen, or where the disappearances might even be disappeared to, right? If possible. But it's mostly just because the two of you are surrounded by conversation and I'm listening. Right, that I'm trying to put this together. We all actually do have all the skills, so it's not like you guys can't roll deduction as well. So so I don't know, Adriano. I mean, it's up to you to decide when we get to use that. But right now,
I can imagine that you
behaviors
have a constant stream of information, and since I stated more than once that if you need to use your deduction roll, you need to have a deduction. In my opinion, doesn't create information, but it generates new information from the streams of information you already have.
So the more people talking, the more and we've assimilated as best we can, right?
And joining the dots together from whatever we heard already, basically.
Yeah, it's like you have fact A, B, C, D, and now we can create E
I
from
hope so.
this.
That's what I hope.
Yeah. So let's go.
Okay.
Let's
so
see where...
it is an insight, which is 6 dice, and as you all know, I have an insane bonus on this. So let's see how this flies.
I've got a 13 total. So
that's good.
Yeah.
I got a 5. Too much sake.
And I have
that's my history roll.
Right. And I have an 18, which is actually it's actually a fairly beta result for that roll. But okay, but I'll live with an 18. And you got a 12, so that's good, right? That's right.
Yeah, we're quite connecting the dots on the various theories. One of them is that these people are kidnapped by night by the police force, but that doesn't make any sense because it's even stated by one of them there should be some kind of notice or about these people coming in the Burakumi neighborhoods and kidnapping a bunch of them and then removing them from from this part of the city. What it feels like is a more promising threat is that one of the nobles has presented a series of orders on its part or the part of his family. They are quite high if you think about it. But it's not about the number of corpses. It's that this person just going on and off, preparing rituals, asking for rituals or some sort of special treatments to this Burakumi. And she asks them to join the family and treating them in a particular manner, maybe in a oddly specific manner, by following her into her house or into a specific location that is close to the daimyo quarters.
Okay, so that's actually they have to go across the city to do this, though.
Yes. they're invited to follow them, to follow this lady who is preparing this, who is asking for her family and about rituals and protection towards against the vengeful spirits of the dead. And so many of them are following this person. Sometimes they came back, they come back, but mostly they do not. And however, some of them, some of the other people are dismissing this idea, telling that it's quite obvious that she's not the one they're looking for. She's a noble one. She doesn't do mixing with the Burakumin is no good for her. So it doesn't make any sense that she's preparing this kind of rites and et cetera, et cetera. And then, maybe people have received a substantial amount of money and they decided to leave instead of, ending up in the same slum they were before. And so the idea is quickly dismissed, and then the police force gets back. Maybe some ninjas are trying to, kidnapping these Murakumi, ninjas here. What the fuck are you saying? But then you get this promising thread, this red thread that is, conducting somewhere, and you
sure
even
those people are happily living on a farm someplace. They've retired to a place that's sunny and comfortable. I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure about it.
I love the idea
mean,
that once we get these pieces and are communicate to each other slightly, I just like the idea that we just all three get up and just go. Just
all at once together. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Hardly even like saying anything. Whoever comes to the conclusion, okay, we're going there, just stands up and goes, and the rest of us just go. So does that work for you guys? Is there anything else you want to do before we precipitously exit? Okay.
Nope.
Just like shedding we've taken on this human life for 24 hours and now just shedding it into something else.
Yeah, so we'll just be someone else whenever we need to interact with somebody. Okay, so are we headed for the lady's place?
If we have some kind of we should. Yeah. I mean, we should, but we don't have a very precise location where this is, right?
I think
you can imagine they say the
I
location.
think we did. Yeah. I think we did. They talked about the location near.
The house near the.
Okay, if we have enough description, let's go there.
Even if they say like a name of the person or the family, or they say like maybe it's a distinctive house, like the purple house or something. But whatever it is they say, all we have to do is say that to somebody on our way, and we'll go. We'll get.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure that we had enough info.
I think so.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, it is night, so I can imagine that there are not so many people on the streets, and there are suspicious-looking people. They may be yakuza or just drunkards or just shady people on their business, and policemen patrolling the area. And as you get close to that, to the local castle and surrounding neighbor, you can get the feel that the intensity of that sensation, machine doll-like, gets even bigger and bigger and bigger. Although for a moment you are quite lost. You end up in I can imagine a small plaza, and you see these soldiers, maybe one or two of these soldiers patrolling the area. And there's this kind of moment where you can distinguish if they're machines or humans. They're just too much alike. And can you test your sensitivity now?
Just an 11.
9 for Lilith.
11.
Yeah, 11 for the two of us.
Yeah. You are struggling, directing your attention to these people, trying to understand if they are human or not, and you can do it.
Right.
They're just there. They look like machines.
Mhm.
They surely are. They have the uncanny valley feeling.
Right. Humanoid robots or robotic humans, we don't know which, but either
Yes.
one is all bad as far as I'm concerned. So, at least in terms of the impact on reality that we're facing. So we're on this plaza and we're not quite sure where the house is from here. You said we're a little lost. Or
No, I would say I was saying that in terms of the current persons working on or wandering on, but you can quickly recover the distance that separates you from the house. That is really close to the castle, which is separated by the stream of water.
right. Okay. Huh.
And just outside, you can see this house, which is actually quite big on multiple floors, and which is even that I'm imagining a garden or some kind of internal court.
One thing that I've found in looking at this period and also a lot of other periods in different places is how modern cities really aren't very modern in their layout and their standards. I mean, if you go and you see like a wealthy person's urban house with its yard and its fences and it's built up on a little hill, it's landscaping and stuff, you can go back 2,000 years and find exactly the same look just using local materials as you would in a modern suburb. I mean, it's the same, and it's shocking how modern life really is just plain old human life as it always has been, as far as what a tenement looks like or what a wealthy person's place looks like. So I'm actually feeling pretty grounded in what this place looks like in my mind.
Here's the scene just outside the house. Considering that you're not able to distinguish if they're human or machine-like, the entire scene looks like mechanical and theatrical in a sort of kabuki theater way.
Right.
There is a doll dressed elegantly, handling with the help of other dolls, corpses made of, fine machinery and ticks and sort of like human but not so human to some other machines resembling humans. So the entire scene is like someone delivering corpses to someone else, and they are delivering it to a carriage that it seems directed to the local lord palace. But the entire scene, it is impossible to distinguish if these things are actually machine or human-like.
Are we outside and watching like conveyances and deliveries? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
They're not. They're trying to do it swiftly, but they're not too worried about being seen. So it's not like they're just hiding their corpses or just acting weird.
Well, any weirder than they are. But okay.
I suppose that we probably look like samurai cast at this moment.
Policemen, maybe patrolling the area.
Yeah, just look like more of the policemen. That's an interesting idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we approach? Should we follow where they go? I think we probably should go visit.
We need to go into here. This seems like the nexus. Well,
yeah.
Without trying to use, again, I'm very reluctant to use sensitivity to find just essence or servitors to find just essence. So aside from those very direct methods, deductively, this does seem like the place. Let's stick with those deduction rolls that led us here.
Mm-hmm.
because we're looking for source points, right? Okay. Yeah, why not? Actually, I kind of like the idea. Maybe we look like patrolmen as we walk through the region.
Mm-hmm.
But, if we walk through the front door and conduct ourselves properly, hopefully we will appear as gentry who would, be here. That's the hope, anyway.
You're the one with the history roll,
Yeah,
you
so I'll
gotta
just
lead
say,
the way on
listen,
that.
well, I'm not going to try for like a specific masking, skill check particularly, but just we're going to walk in as if we own the joint and know the people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Boldly go.
Mhm.
And as you approach, I can imagine that there are buzzing sounds where, as they move their heads towards you, and even the speech, it sounds artificious in some way. So it's kind of procedure of delivering corpses are pending. Please help.
Mm-hmm.
They probably say something completely different, but they now sound like this.
Pass right by them as if we don't have anything to do with any such thing. I want to head into the areas of this house that God knows what it's going to be like in there, but would, in an ordinary world, would be places that people would actually meet, socialize, and function. But who knows? I mean, maybe we're entering a hellscape like last time. You just don't know. I mean, it seems like it. I mean, are these weirdo people, they're inside the house? Is that correct?
Oh, no, just outside.
Oh, just outside. So we're sweeping past those and going straight up into the house.
I assume that the gate is probably open.
Yeah.
And there's stuff coming out. They're carrying stuff out or something like that.
Yeah. Apart from this quite weird exchange, I would say that there are very few people entering the castle and the surrounding area. We're just outside the castle, and these people are just bringing the corpses into the carriage, and the carriage is probably entering, but you don't see the staff working on this exchange. So you can imagine that it is some kind of, we'll say, secret exchange, although it doesn't seem they really much care about secrecy, maybe because it is night and there are not so many people in this rich neighborhood area that are willing to watch this kind of exchange. And so as they deliver,
anyway. Yeah.
So the house is receiving
yes,
machine-like human parts, or vice versa. It's receiving like shipments of these things, or it's sending them out. Which one?
Sending them to the castle.
Right, that's what I thought. Okay.
We're not at the castle.
We're
are
at
near
that
the
house.
castle with that house. I would propose that we just go inside the house as if we belonged and had all the right to go inside.
Absolutely. That's my plan as well.